Hi guys, so people voted for Brexit for a number of different reasons. And well, farming and fishing were two of the main industries that were held up as examples that would benefit from Brexit. Now, unfortunately, we've seen how the fishing industry has fared. And we've seen how people within the fishing industry have gone in two directions post-Brexit. Some have come to the realization that it's been a mistake and they were honest and said, I was wrong. And if I could turn back the clock, I would have voted Remain. While there are others within the fishing industry that are still waiting for some sort of unicorn. It will be a success. I just have to be patient. It seems to be the same case in the farming industry. Some farmers have realized it was a mistake. Look, this is going to be disastrous for farming, while others are waiting for their unicorn. So I want to show you an example here. This is from Byline Times. You're going to hear from two farmers, one describing how he's hoping that things will succeed, while another is more pragmatic.
I come from a generational farming family. We've been fourth generation, I am, so farming for over 100 years on the same farm. Brexit happened a couple of years ago and I voted to leave. I think a lot of the young farming generation did, because I voted for change and I wanted to see some difference.
So voted for change, I wanted to see some difference. What difference? Is it political difference? Is it difference in farming? See, I really struggle with these people because the same as the fishermen. This is your industry. Surely you would understand the impact of Brexit. You should have studied the impact of Brexit. I'm not an expert on farming. I'm not an expert on Brexit. But surely this man who's a farmer would have known leaving the single market and the customs union would create problems. Surely he as a farmer would have realized that if we do trade deals with the United States or Australia, that we're not in a position to dictate, especially when it comes to the United States, who is in a stronger position there. Now, they listened to Brexiteers, they listened to Boris Johnson, they listened to Nigel Farage, proven charlatans, and some of them still believe that the unicorn is on its way.
I'm hoping that the change will enable me to grow my business and become a bigger farm. At the moment, this first trade deal with Australia looks, it doesn't look the best for us. It's not quite the panacea I was hoping it was going to be. I think we're, it's tricky.
It's tricky. You're going to see zero tariffs on beef coming in from Australia. Now, the way they produce beef in Australia is a little bit different, and you're going to see in a moment, a little bit different to how they do it in England. To say this is tricky is an understatement.
A lot of farmers voted for Brexit. They thought it was going to take them back to a pre-commercial stage, back in time to when things were easier and more profitable.
And I fully understand this, the nostalgia of farming, the romantic image of farming. And this was how it was sold by Brexiteers. In the same with the fishing industry. Nigel Farage explaining to people how we're going to be able to go back in time. We're going to go back to a time where you were in control. You didn't have the EU dictating policy to you. You didn't have government interference. You were free to go out and catch whatever you wanted and sell it wherever you wanted. Now, as I said before, if somebody's telling you this, isn't it your responsibility to understand and investigate whether it's true or false? Nigel Farage is not an expert. Why were people listening to Nigel Farage? Boris Johnson is not an expert. Why were you listening to Boris Johnson? When at the time, real experts were saying, actually, no, this is not going to be the sunlit uplands that these people are saying. But both farmers and fishermen decided to listen to the politicians and not the experts. Why?
So I do think we're going to have huge change coming on. And this new deal with Australia it's really the first. It's really the sort of the testing deal. It's really the first one, the trial one, to ones with the USA that might be coming on board, or Canada, or anywhere else in the world, really. And it is a bit worrying time for farming. You know, we are going to go through a big changing period.
It is a worrying time. We are going to go through change. You notice that there isn't any regret here. Maybe he doesn't believe it's going to be a disaster. Maybe he thinks, look, there may be a little bit of a change, but everything will be okay. He has been thrown under the bus by the Brexiteers. The Brexiteers never cared about fishing. They never cared about farming. Nigel Farage has abandoned the fishermen, for example. He used them back in 2016 and 2017 and 2018. He was happy to go and meet with them and lie to them and promise them that Brexit will be a success. And as soon as it happened, where is he now? He's over in the United States selling his snake oil over there. He has completely abandoned the fishermen. And unfortunately, I think the farmers are going to be thrown under a bus, and they will continue to vote for the Conservative Party.
And I'm worried that the changes coming might force me to stop. I don't want to stop. I'm proud of what I do, and I'm proud of our farm. But
then why did you vote for change? Why did you vote to undermine that? And why did you vote for something that you did not understand? If you understood it, then you would have realized it would be damaging to the farming industry. Was it hope? Was it listening to charlatans and you wanted to believe the lies over reality?
If I get forced to stop, then that will be a great shame. And for many farms, if they're forced to stop.
The whole drive for Brexit really, I believe, comes from America and American agricultural massive interests. Some of those interests might be here in Britain too, some of the individuals.
Difficult to answer, really. What do I think about Boris Johnson and how he's handled it?
If he cared about farmers, he wouldn't be supporting Brexit. He wouldn't be pushing Brexit through, or not this Brexit.
There was no other Brexit. I don't know what people expected. You had liars and charlatans selling an idea that everything will be better. They had no justification for that. They were not experts in their field. You actually had the opposite, as I said before. You had the experts saying, no, this will be damaging. And the public decided, no, we want to listen to the charlatans.
This Brexit is the worst of all Brexits for agriculture, for industry, for fishing, and really for our finance sector as well. All of that has been thrown under the Brexit bus.
It's gonna be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult. Choppy waters ahead, I think.
Once these farming generations go, and they've already shrunk considerably in the last 20 years, once our farmers are gone, you're not going to have the expertise which is handed on from generation to generation. They know what goes on in the land, and that is what we will lose, that expertise. And largely become like America, which will be that instead of being these cute British farms, it'll be just industrial factories, and we won't have these types of gorgeous places existing anymore.
So the Brexiteers promised, promised this, but in reality what people are going to receive is this. This is the future of British farming. Or maybe there will be no farming in the UK. This is what this is the products that the UK will import. This is the United States. You can see here, there's no green here. This is the cattle living on dirt. They're fed a number of times a day, maybe even once a day. And you can see it as far as the eye can see, to the horizon. This is the future. This is what Brexiteers have delivered compared to what Brexiteers promised. And the worst thing about all of this is that farmers and fishermen will continue to vote for the likes of Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage, he's not running again, but this type of charlatan. The Conservatives are going to probably win another majority, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. The liars have won, the charlatans have won. Let me know in the comments section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?